Thank you.
Good evening, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Band Boosters new parent meeting. This is going to be kind of meant just to bring in the new parents that maybe haven't had someone go through band. I'm Doug Hyman, this is my wife Shannon. We are the presidents of Boosters this year. And 4 years ago, we were sitting in your seat. So we know exactly what you're going through, questions maybe that you'll have. Hopefully you'll have some of them answered here. If not, we got plenty of representation here to help answer them. So we'll get started. Quick agenda, just go through introductions, who the board is, what our mission is, communications, Valley Fest, for anyone that maybe doesn't know what Valley Fest is, band merchandise. We bring the directors up here to give some comments, and then we'll have questions and answers for you. I think they're stuck. So board, again, President Ian Cannon, our Vice President Christy Engelbert. Christy's in the back, Brent is on his way. Our Secretary is Lisa Scher. Here. Treasurers are Terry and Michelle Montgomery. We're on the left. At-large members are Kelly Priestlaven in the back, and Joni Kanan, also in the back. And then our past presidents, JR and Christina Leeds. And JR is over there in the middle as well. Boosters. So we have two main missions. Our first is fundraising, and the second is volunteers. So we try to support the band as best we can. By doing that, we need to raise some money, bring some money in, and we also need lots of volunteers to help out. I'll bring Terry up here. Terry's kind of in charge of the chaperone, so I'll let him talk about that.
All right, welcome. So, you want to chaperone the March Masters, and the March Masters, we take care of all of them. The horns, the percussion, the color guard, they're all March Masters. And so, we need parents to help them through the season. There's a sign up on our website. You can go and it says volunteer, just sign up. We'll find out what it is, sign up, show up, we'll teach you. Because it's not specific, because you will specialize. First, you're going to show up. You say uniform or equipment or where you need to be. You'll figure it out when you get there. There's going to be about 30 every game. We work together. We take care of all kinds of stuff. We move the equipment. We get the kids in uniform. We make sure the kids are okay. We make sure they have water. We move them as they move at contests from place to place. If you're interested, just sign up. Matter of fact, we added one next Monday, 4:30 to 8. We're going to put the uniforms on for the first time this season, right? It's cool, huh? Yes. It's cool this season, so we wear uniforms this year. Because usually we can't. Last year was so hot, we didn't get them until what? Middle of September? October or something. The season's going to be over quickly, so we get the uniforms on. We'll teach the kids how to put uniforms on because you have to get it right with the parent, all that stuff. We'll teach you, teach the kids. Just sign up. If you find spots are closing down, just poke me out in those spots. It's not a problem because I want you there. So no need, you'll see me with you out there every day. Just ask questions, and I hope you come. Thank you. I've been doing this for 20 years, so it's okay.
The website is valleybands.org.
So as far as fundraising is concerned, you'll see different things. Like you've seen emails, we've got the band apparel and yard signs that you're welcome to order. That all help support the band. We'll also have, here at the start of school, the kids will be part of what's called a 30 Pop. It's a little fundraising event. So there's different ways that we're trying to help raise money to help support the directors and all the kids and everything that goes on throughout the year. Communications, we have a few different ways to do it. First is the website, as just mentioned, valleybands.org. There's lots of different information out there. It was just updated recently, so I think everything's current and ready to go. Social media, we do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/valleybands. Join that. That'll get you a lot of information on what's going on and some pictures of things that are happening. And then lastly, your students will probably be part of group chats. Don't be surprised if they're asking about that. Especially I know March Masters uses it a lot. I don't know if regular band uses it much, a little bit. But your students will be doing different chats. I don't even remember which programs they all use these days. There's a few of them. Charms. So you've obviously seen a few emails from Charms. Charms is our communication and team management system. The directors send stuff out from it. The board will send stuff out from it. Different things there. This is just a quick run through to help you get it set up. The login is charms.valleybands.org. The initial password is your West Des Moines student ID. If you have any questions, you can email treasurer@valleybands.org and they can help reset it. That's Terry and Michelle over here, or you can ask them and they can help you. Okay, Michelle. Come on in. So initially, when you hit the Charms website, in the upper left there, you'll put in your student password. And after the login, the best thing to do is go in and get your information updated. Get in any email addresses you want used, information, and all that so that you can use it and make sure you're getting all the information you need effectively. Go in and expand the parent guardian view, enter information, and click update. Make sure you save it so we don't lose any of that. And with Charms, you can pay your band fees. That's available through there. Through PayPal is what they use on there. Or you can do it old school. You can send a check to that address, and that'll cover your band fees for the year. Quickly, so the band fees for general band is $30. That helps cover the uniforms that are used. For March Masters, it's $45. Again, to help cover uniforms, get them cleaned, get them repaired at the end of the season. And then lastly, anyone in March Masters has a one-time fee of $40, which covers the shoes for all 4 years or 3 years, however long your student is part of the band. Like I said, these fees don't go in anything we're doing other than help take care of those uniforms. So we're trying to keep them nice and neat and clean so everyone looks good when they're in concerts or out marching on the field. Question? Yes?
Is there a scenario that all three of those?
Yes. If your student is in band, everyone will pay the band fee for sure. If your student is also in March Masters, then you would have all three.
But that one-time fee goes away after this year, so it just becomes the regular band and March Master fees after the first time. Even if they update their shoes, it's a one-time fee that just helps cover kind of the wear and tear. And then sometimes we're able to use shoes as people outgrow them, somebody else can grow them and play them and take care of them. So it's a one-time fee.
So Valley Fest.
We should point out, for example, we do keep buying things. We bought new dresses and they're going to arrive tomorrow.
Yes.
New concert band.
New concert dresses were bought this year.
Last year we bought all new shoes.
So
We have enough shoes for this year too.
Yes.
are constantly trying to keep things updated so they don't look wore out and everyone feels comfortable while they're wearing them. Valley Fest. Who's aware of what Valley Fest is? Excellent. So this will be our 43rd year this coming October. Will be our 43rd year of running Valley Fest. Valley Fest there's about 40 bands performing. It takes about 15 hours. We need about 500 plus volunteers. So we ask that all families please help to cover 2 to 3 shifts. Hey, we have one of our Valley Fest co-chairs here. We have all 3 of them? All right. Well, bring all 3 of them in here and they can do a little bit more explanation.
I'm Christina Gates. I just got Jake. We just moved Abby up to school. And I take care of all the business aspects of Valley Fest, any money-making thing, the tickets, the concessions.
I'm Mandy Addis. I have a senior violin and a junior flute in marching band. This is my fourth year at Valleyfest, and I take care of what's called the insight. So making sure the judges are available and ready, hospitality, all kinds of stuff. You will also, most of your communication will be driven from me. And if you want to volunteer or have any questions about Valleyfest, you'll end up with my email. Feel free to give me a contact.
Jason Weibel, I've got a junior and a freshman. So, junior plays flute, freshman is percussion, and it's really loud. So I'm leading up the outdoor coordination. I'm a rookie at this, so lots of volunteers from what I understand for this position. I don't know what I'm doing, so anybody wants to help me out?
So Jason's job is to coordinate basically where all the buses and trucks and cookies and do the little dance and get them from the parking to the stadium and everything. So that involves, and so all three of our jobs involve a lot of volunteers, and you will get sick of emails that, you know, come October 9th. So, the event is October 8th. Concession stands always be around the house, and, yeah, so we'll let you know, we'll let you know what we need. Also,
Yeah, so this, you'll get an email through the Charms account with some additional information about Valleyfest, and then what positions we have open for this year. So underneath the three of us are some committee chairs. Some have more pre-work than others, and some are very involved that day. So I think that's interested in something like that. But then we'll also send out who's going to need a shadow this year because they've got a senior. So they're not going to be available to us next year. And we like to try to get that shadow in so we can kind of learn by doing. The bigger positions, you kind of what's going on. With volunteers, I would say if you are not a marching band parent, when the volunteer sign up comes out, please look at the end of night shifts for us. So us marching band parents. That is always a need, and sometimes we have it close and
Just want to throw at least for me as a rookie, this was not super clear. It's Valleyfest, it is a marching band competition, but it is like the primary fundraiser for all of the bands, for every band, contrast jazz band, concert band, symphony band. So it's not limited to those that are in marching band for volunteering, and they're not the only ones who are benefiting from the event. Just to be sure that that's clear.
I think it's 60% of all the band funds come from one.
It's a significant portion of the band credit for the entire band program.
Since everybody's new here, that's $80,000 that we raised from that. It's been a good year. A lot.
So everybody pray for beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. Do your sunshine dance.
Is that the outside coordinator's responsibility, the weather?
Yes.
On the march. Are there any student volunteer opportunities?
Yes. So every student will be asked to take a shift, and then additional shifts beyond that would be available for some.
Yeah. So one shift, you have to do for band. Anything else is similar.
Like most of the time, I know my kid, my child, I don't know my child, he will be there first thing in the morning, and he'll work 4 shifts over the day with his friends. He'll drive. If he gets there early, he'll be there all day. He'll march at the end of the night, and then you might see him on Monday when he gets up, because he'll sleep all day Sunday.
So that's, if you have a kid in March Masters, they will need to stop working. We'll get all this out there. They'll need to stop working by like 8 p.m. or so. So if you have non-March Masters kids, if they can sign up for those, that's, we'll get that.
We'll give you a high level overview in the next week or so with more detailed information. Early to mid-September. We don't
only time the stadium is fully sold out. The football team doesn't have as many people under this new roof.
It's a very fun day.
Thank you.
All right. Band merchandise. You've listed the websites up here again. Reminder that the apparel, you have to have your order in by this Friday, August 18th. And signs and decals for big yard signs. If you see them around, they say Valley Bands, and you can have your last name put on the bottom or their first name. Or there's stickers for like water bottles, things like that. That order is due August 24th.
So the 18th is Thursday.
Is that Thursday?
Yes.
All right, it's Thursday. My calendar's already out from my head. Now the fun part of the evening. We'll bring the directors up here and let them introduce themselves, or I'll introduce them, let them come up and let them give some of their comments. So, you all coming up or just?
We're gonna start with Mrs. Beeman.
Well, I'll introduce one of the rest of you stand up. So we kids are with us now, yeah? So on the left is Josh Waymire. He's the high school band director, and Jackson Churchill, who is brand new this year. And then we have Samantha Beeman. She is our freshman director, and the one that you guys will get to know very well. She does a very fantastic job, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'm super excited to work with kids. I do all the freshman stuff, so concert band, jazz bands, work with the marching band, and the pep band. I will send out weekly emails, so you know what's going on each week, or what's coming up in the next month. At the bottom, I'll put down like, don't forget this is coming up, so that you get kind of this like weekly reminder of what's going on, because there's a lot going on when we hit high school band, way more than there was going on in middle school. And so it was a little overwhelming when we start, but it's awesome. The kids are going to meet some of their best friends that they will have for the rest of their lives. I have my very best friends I met in high school band. I met my husband in high school band. You will see them grow in a way that you haven't seen them. And it's super cool to go through that with them every time I get new freshmen in here. It's awesome. And so I want to highlight the volunteering. If you're not a March Master parent, we'll find other places for you for volunteering, but this is a great place for you to meet with friends' kids, or your friends, kids' friends' parents, and become friends with them. My parents have best friends that they met through my friends. And so it's just a great social network that you get to be here and support your kids through these kinds of organizational things that we do. So as we go through the year, you'll get a weekly email from me. If you haven't been getting the Charms emails, please let me know tonight. You should all be in the system. You should all be getting emails from Charms. If you're not getting them, please let me know so I can get you on that right away. Because that is where I get all that information out. Your students will get a handbook at the beginning of the school year, and it will give all the dates that are important for the school year, all of our concert band dates, all of our marching band dates, jazz band dates. You can get those in your calendar right away. In that handbook, it talks about expectations for the years. It also spells out every test you'll have all year. So you have the answer key for what you have to prepare, and what you should be practicing, and how to do well on those assessments. So that handbook's important to kind of look through and look at it. My emails will include that stuff too, like this is the thing that's coming up soon, so you can be like, hey, are you practicing more A-flat scale? Just kind of prompting your students on that side so you know what they should be practicing and what we're working on. We also do, so we have our 4 concert band concerts. Those are 9-12 concerts. So your students stay for the full time, 9-12, and they get to see concert ensemble go, and they get to see symphony band go, so they get to see what they're gonna do someday as they go through high school, which is awesome. When we do our jazz band concerts, a lot of those are together with the high school jazz bands that are up here. We do a few by ourselves, but we do a lot of stuff together so that they can feel a part of that 9-12 program. That's something that I know a lot of freshmen struggle being at Southwoods. They feel like they're separated from the high school, and so we try very hard to make sure that they're included in a lot of those bigger events so they get to spend that time with us. together. They do get to wear uniforms, and so they look very nice and professional, through all of this. When we were talking about the fees for those, that's what covers like the tuxes and their dresses, and so they'll kind of get fitted for that later on in the school year. There'll be emails about when they come in. The fees that are associated with that, if you have fee waivers for school, I, as a teacher, do not have access to that. And so if you need that fee waiver, just let us know. We'll make sure it happens for you, and we'll take care of it, and we do it all privately, and then, nobody else can know, but we'll take care of that for you. So if you need that, just let me know. We'll make that happen for you. And then we go to it's called Parity Olympics. And so I put that out pretty early. I'll send out a giant email in November and have a bunch of information about it. But I want to make sure I kind of start that conversation with you right now, so when that comes through, you're like, oh yeah, I remember we're talking about that. It's our solo and ensemble contest. I'm not sure that the middle schools have done solo and ensemble in the last couple of years with COVID. They used to, so they may have gotten back to it last year. We go to Perry High School, and then the students perform their solos. They get to be in small ensembles with their friends, duets, trios, things like that, if that's something they want to do. It's a super fun day. They go and compete against Urbandale and Ankeny and Centennial, and yeah, there's a ton of stuff there.
Boston's always
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop thinking.
But they get to go and listen, and like, a few years ago, there was a Saturday in another school that played the Flight of the Bumblebee, and the kids just all sit around and watch players. They got to go see those schools do that. So it's a really fun day, and kids prepare for it in their lessons and throughout, a couple months of school. And so you get an email from me that's like, hey, we're getting prepared for this. You just buy a book. That book gets you through all of high school. You don't have to do it again. And then we do accompanists who play with your students. They're professionals that I send out and say, hey, these are people that you can play with. You can also have like play piano, or uncle plays piano, or you play piano and you want to play with your student. Awesome. So it doesn't have to be who I send you, but you can make sure you have that contact. And or like, you come to tomorrow. Make sure that you know what's coming as we go through the year. And I want you to feel free to reach out. It's a lot when we get started. If you've never had a band student before, there's a lot of things that go on, and there's questions that come up. And that's my job, is to answer those questions and make sure you know what's going on and you feel comfortable. And that you know how to get involved and just help your students be successful. Because that's what we want them to have a good time and be successful as they join our program. So, a lot of talking. But if you have questions right now for me that I can answer, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Churchill will also be working questions a bunch. They can learn help with lessons. So they're going to be around there. Your students are going to see all three of us a lot throughout the year. So a lot of information on that. So if you think of anything, please email me, let me know, and you guys want to say anything?
I'll just go in for those of you who have kids who have been in marching band the last few weeks with us. I just have to say they have been wonderful young people to work with, and our band is in a great shape, in a great place for this year. Ahead of schedule based on what we thought we would be when we started on August 1st. We've been through, and they've been hardworking and fitting in well and growing throughout the last few weeks. And so I just want to make sure you know those of you who have kids that we've already worked with, we've seen the growth, we've seen the talent, and we're really excited to keep that going. So I just want to put that out there.
I'm not sure if this is the right time to ask this question, if you would answer it. But when the 6:30 practices begin as school is starting, is there busing from that practice to school, or is transportation expected?
There is a bus that goes if kids have first hour here. The Southwood students usually walk up the hill as a cohort, and if you give in, it's all about 25 to 30 minutes to do so. And so we've not really had issues with Southwood's timing.
No, they can, sometimes they move around and put their tablet.
If the dog is legendary.
Most of them, sousaphones, percussion, will leave instruments at the stadium, the rest go up.
As a kid who was a very sax player in ninth grade, he just had very strong right arm. I tried to rig everything up and it just always fell apart, so he was just lopsidedly strong. He could have done it at the very end of the He was very small.
So there's everyone's contact information again, so website, valleybands.org, board emails, president@valleybands.org, vice presidents or vice president at valleybands.org, and treasurer at valleybands.org. Directors' emails, please go to the West Des Moines School District site, look at the directory, keep them up to date for them. Contact the directors. Well, that is everything we have for the evening. You're welcome to stick around. We have maternity bank parents coming in next. We have a kind of a longer slideshow for them with more details if you guys want to stick around. Otherwise, feel free to socialize or find any board member. Well, all board members, raise your hand in case people want to find you. We're here to answer questions or the directors. Thank you. Have a good evening.
It's a delay. I'm trying to see how many seconds. I'm not waving yet. Here's the way. It's a pretty long delay. Right, isn't it? So those questions that were coming up? I don't know. Do you know, was it questions that were coming up?
I have no idea.
Here. Is it hearing me ask that those questions? Okay. Oh,
That's something that as long as it's certified, yeah, that's really hope that pushes right. I can just help. I didn't go. Yeah. The anniversary was so we were there. That trumped everything. One daughter or two daughters? I know Rayla's in there. Now, what's she playing? Is she in the But like he put them on and didn't like them. So now, how are So on the power board, if you can't find an office, check somebody off. We were at the best in there. You got Delaware, Delaware South. Like, you know, like, so if you're off.
The jazz band
So yeah, there you go. There you go. It's got a couple scratches up, but it's going to just sit around. It's been used today for 4 or 5 hours.
I copy paste the text.
Those are the most stylish shoes I've ever seen in my
Don't worry about that, just outline this kind of. Because we don't use that, what we'll do is we will, if you do an voluntary. And that's just, it's a Google form and we'll just.
You know why it says.
It's yellow on the side.
Right, but still, yeah.
So, for now, just fill in the email and click save and then we'll go back.
Computers are great, but then no.
Yes.
Right.
So just my name.
Just do the email
I like to, I used to like top. Like I used to run, I was one big run, maybe about 10, 12 miles a day. I feel like one
So what it's going to be is, unless they change the format, it's going to be first initial, last initial,
my comeback run was like dance, 90 months later. It's just, I don't know. First time I remember
I wrote it down right now.
it's dark blue.
I don't know. So I just
This right here, I will not. So yeah, I don't. We have the logo on it too. Are you? I do not want to watch me. So like.
Last time we were the first year, so we always send that out.
I have never watched. I just have. Well, I think the same run. It was like.
And so we try to like
No, I'm like. It's just
usually it's really out of sight.
I don't know. It's just something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, or just tells me I have X, Y, Z, and the teacher is available X, Y, Z. It's when like, generally it was considered we try to find other times and I was checking the chat to see
The chat doesn't work.
I didn't know if it was a phone or a phone. Yeah, it needs to be up front so it can.
Yeah, that's
or you
fine.
Need to mic it in order to.
So we'll move it. That's fine. I'm just trying to figure out why the chat isn't working because that was something I thought I had set up.
And when I clicked on the chat, it looked like everything was working, but I started to type and it just said locked.
Not made for kids.
or you just?
No, I'm just moving this because I was informed that it was hard to hear and not working as well as we had hoped. And so I am adjusting the location. So hopefully whoever is speaking, and I'm going to primarily point it at you, seen and heard. And then, let's see, is it long? So we'll try this, and the chat appears to be on, even though I was told it wasn't working, and so hopefully nobody is trying to tell us it doesn't work.
All right, we'll get started. Good evening. Welcome to our August band parent meeting.
Just check.
Well, good. It sounds like we're working. I'm Doug Heinen. This is my wife, Shannon. We are the presidents for the 2022-23 school year. Welcome all of you to our meeting. Quick agenda, introductions, some comments from the directors, boosters board, finances, communications, Valley Fest, merchandise, and some questions answers. Introductions. Directors will let you come up. Mr. Waymeyer, Mr. Simmons, Ms. Beeman, and our brand new Mr. Churchill.
So we'll come over here so the camera can see us. But I think at this point, I hope a lot of you know us, but my name is Mr. Waymeyer. We have Mr. Simmons, who this year is stepping into the role previously filled by Mr. Cobberdahl, who retired last year. Replacing him in the position he previously held is Mr. Churchill right here. So let's welcome Mr. Churchill. And then everybody's favorite freshman band director, Mrs. B. I'll start. I'm going to put Mr. Churchill on the spot, so just to let him tell a little bit about himself before we dive in.
Great. Hi. Yeah, my name is Jackson Churchill. I'm super excited to be here teaching. I'll be doing the concert ensemble. I'll be teaching jazz orchestra and the studio jazz. That's one of the hours of the day. I'm still figuring it out. But been super welcomed here. I can tell from meetings like this, from the directors, from everybody, that it's a really special place. I spent the last 2 years down in Texas and grew up in the Midwest. I was from Minnesota and kind of thought that Midwestern hospitality was kind of not a real thing. But after being away and then being back, it's a real thing. So I hope you don't take that for granted and continue to be supportive of programs like this, because it really is a special thing. And I'm really excited to go along the journey with your students this year. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you at all the marching events and jazz events and everything that we're doing this year. So,
Thanks, Jackson. So from our comment perspective, marching season is obviously the big part of our focus right now. And it has been off to a wonderful start. And I told the freshman parents, the new parents in that first part of the meeting, that the growth and development we've seen from the kids this year, from August 1st till now, has been as positive and as large as I think we've seen since we've been running the band together. And so it's been really fun to watch that growth and hear things that we normally get to in September, end of September, starting or actually happening in the middle of August. That's been really fun, and I want to commend your kids for the work they're putting in and the just drive that they've shown this year to get better every day and work hard, and that's been really fun for us to work with, just because that makes our jobs easy. And that's, not that we need our jobs to be easy, but it's more fun. And so when we have fun, the kids have fun, and I hope you're hearing about all the great things that they're doing. And then I guess the other things to look forward to are just parent preview Monday night. And so we're 6 days away from that. There's going to be a slight schedule change. We had previously said 6 o'clock was going to be the call time with a 7 o'clock performance. We're bumping that up. Most likely I have to get confirmation that the district can move them, but to 5:30, because it looks like we're going to be able to put the uniforms on for parent preview this year. And so that's going to be something to help our students be more successful, because they're used to them before the public performances. putting them on actually is half the battle that first football game. And so we've we'll work with them. So. And then it's been on the schedule, the 8-man football game, then that following Saturday. And last year we just went and played and the fans loved it, but this year we wanted to have more fun and hopefully be more supportive of the whole environment. So we're going to split the band in half and do both teams fight songs and have a band supporting one school, a band supporting the other school, and just kind of make it a little fun and get some of our seniors who we know how to be loud and appropriately obnoxious. Leading cheers and supporting both of those football teams, and so just kind of making it.
Cheers have to be quiet.
No, not at all. But yeah, so we've got some fun to be had there, and then we're into marching season, and concert and jazz band are kicking off there as we get school started, and so that's where a lot of our time and energy have been focused lately. But I guess I would close my portion of these comments by thanking these people who are around us, our Valley Fest chairs and our booster board, and some of you are sitting out here in the audience as well. But there's been a lot of work happening that doesn't just start when August starts or when school starts, but it happens year round. And those people have been working to support and do a ton for us. And so I just want to make sure we put out that gratitude and that thanks to those people and their work. So I'll let anybody take over.
I'm just going to say, like the past couple years have been awesome, and I'm really excited for a lot. I could change the pace, and I'm just going to be here to help out however I can. And so, thank you for parents that have been amazing. Thank you.
I said a lot in the last meeting. Words. Yeah, we're just excited to get started. So you hear enough from me throughout the year.
If you have questions, we'll be around. If you got any quick ones, we can answer them now, or we'll stick around and you can ask us and have conversations after the meeting as well. So awesome. Thank you.
Yep. All right, your board officers for this year, again, being Shannon, presidents, Brent and Christy Engelbert. Christy's here in front. Vice presidents, Lisa Schur is secretary. Terry and Michelle Montgomery are your treasurers. Our at-large, Kelly Frieslaven, over here, and Joni Kanan, up here up front. And past presidents, JR and Christina Deeds, here helping support us still. Thank you. Committee chairs, March Master uniforms, Maria Kelsey, and some help. We would love to see some help. Mariah, sorry. Concert band uniforms, Sarah Hansen and Sarah Weibel. Color guard, Carla Willis. March Master equipment, Dax Abbas over here in the corner. Merchandise, Richard and Molly Pierce. March Master operations, Terry Montgomery. Photo buttons, Joseph Aviano. Jazz parents, Anna Brown and Mary. I know Mary's not here, so I don't have to worry about last name. And Valley Fest co-chairs, Christina Deeds here up front, Mandy Abbas in the back there, and Jason Weibel. Oh. No, and Jason. There's Jason's back here in the corner. Booster missions, as I think we're all aware of, fundraising and volunteers. Fundraising, we'll get into here in a little bit. And volunteers, as we all know, we need a couple of them every now and then. But Terry's up here to let us know what we're looking for.
First, I want to thank about 2/3 of you here. What?
Mary's here.
Oh, there's Mary. I said you'd be here, Mary. I called you out. Okay. So I got to thank you for volunteering, because I think about 2/3 of you could raise your hands. You have an orange button, right? Raise your hands if you have an orange button, everybody. See? So if you're one of the 3 people that didn't raise your hands, I'm going to guilt you now. The volunteers are phenomenal for this band, because everybody's seen them over the years. We help the whole March Masters. We help the horns. We help the percussion. We help the color guard. They're all March Masters. We even help the drum majors. They're all March Masters. We help them all. We sign up 3 roles. We sign up for equipment, uniforms, and where I can help but you'll jump in and help everywhere anyway. So just sign up if you want to, try it out. I'm going to mean it. We need help next Monday. We just added it. We're going to be in uniforms early, right, Josh? It's cooler suddenly. Last year we got our uniforms on, mid-September? Because we're going to do t-shirts. The uniform people are going, what are we doing tonight? But instead, we're going to have uniforms for the first time, and we're throwing it out there. We might be short. So please come, learn the uniforms, and get the kids the uniforms. About half of them are putting in uniforms for the first time, and they'll go, a hat, where's the hat go? What do the gauntlets do? And we want them to be perfect in the uniform. We want to put them on perfectly. They won't exit the cage until they have them all exactly right. And so we got to start that, and you have to figure out how it's going to work. So please be there Monday night. If you want to do them, just sign up. Go to our website, www.valleybands.org, and there's a button that says volunteers. If you think it's getting full, just email me. I'll make sure there's openings because I'll take whatever. I will take you. I want it to look like we're full all the time, so I just tap. Basically, we need you for the trips, buses, all that stuff. But please show up and do it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Terry. Some promotional stuff. We have our Facebook address, facebook.com/valleybands. Merchandise sale, which we'll cover at the end. And Jake Lane, for those who don't know, he helped us build a lot of the platforms we're using. Does a fabulous metal welding job, fabrication. So if you're looking for any of that, let us know and we can get you in touch with them. Finances. So this year for 2023, our fundraising goal is about $110,000. We're hoping Valley Fest brings in about $70,000. We'll hopefully get about $16,000 in donations. Other fundraising, which is merchandise sales, Jazz in the Hall, 30 Pop. Hopefully we'll get about $15,000, and the district will contribute about $9,000. So we're hoping to get about $110,000 bringing in. And our budgeted expenses for this year, March Masters is obviously the big one, about $46,000. Concert bands about $20,000. Jazz bands about $7,500. General expenses about $6,000, and booster expenses about $2,000. So about $83,000, a little over for our expenses. So put a little bit of money, hopefully in the bank to cover the rainy day. Help when other things come up that we need to be looking at, trailer, other things like that may be happening. So uniform fees. This year, the general band is $30. The March Masters is $45, and probably doesn't apply to many people here. The one-time fee of $40 for the shoes and everything. Again, these fees go to help cover those uniforms. They're not going into the general expenses that we're paying for. It's just to cover the cleaning, the maintenance, making sure we have them. We just ordered concert dresses that'll be coming. Ordered shoes. So we are trying to keep everything nice and new and looking good. Any questions about any of the finances, any of the incoming or outgoing? All right. Communications, valleybands.org, our website. It's been updated. So that should have all the current information. Again, Facebook page, and then student group chats that we're all aware of. They like to live on. Charms, use again this year. If you have questions on it, email Treasure, and Michelle will help take care of that, like me, who forgot my password. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Pay your fees on there using PayPal, or you can do it the old school way, mail it to the address.
Hand it to Michelle.
Hand it to Michelle.
Tonight, that works too.
Valley Fest 43. The new fun excitement, October 8th, 2022. We will bring the Valley Fest chairs up here and let them explain what Valley Fest is, and some of us know.
think most of you know who we are already. I'm Christina Deeds, and I am in charge of the business aspect of Valley Fest, any of the money-making things, concessions, merchandise, tickets, etc.
Your student is?
Oh, my student is Jamie, he's a junior, and Abby, who's not graduated.
I'm Mandy Abbas. I have a junior mellophone French horn and I have a senior mellophone French horn and a junior flute oboe. And I run the Insight Coordinator. So most of what I do is focus on the judges and us as the volunteers. So you will also get most of your Valley Fest communications from me. I'm the name you want to contact if you have a question. If you want to know more about one of the volunteer opportunities at Valley Fest, I can spend some time and teach you kind of what that role would look like or show you that. You will see, normally we have a piece of information. This year we're going to send it out through Charms. We do have one potentially open spot this year, and then we've got a couple of people who need shadows. Shadows are, you're right there with us, learning kind of what the role entails, what we do, and then with the plan that you would take over next year or potentially 2 years down. Some of our shadow spots have some length on them, but we try to make that possible so that we don't end up like Christina and I did, and everybody was new the year we took over Valley Fest. So we're trying to manage our volunteer list.
It was not ideal. We did it.
Yeah. Got it done.
Jason Weibel, I've got a junior Caitlin and a freshman Seth. I've got the outdoor coordinator role. Mandy mentioned too, I've got a parking coordinator looking to fill. If anybody's interested, talk to me after. Other than that, I'm a rookie. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm learning as I go, but I've been figuring it out. So.
Yeah, well, just to reinforce that Valley Fest is our biggest fundraiser, as you saw in the previous slides, and they benefit the entire band program, not just the March Masters. So the Valley Band program has an extremely big budget, and Valley Fest is essential. So pray for good weather, or do your non-rain dance, or whatever you need to do for October 8th.
Yes, it is October 8th this year. We will send the volunteer signups out probably shortly after Labor Day. If you do not have a marching band student, your student's concert band or jazz band, please sign up for one of the end of the evening shifts. That allows us marching band parents to be able to watch our kids take the field. And that's typically a place where we've had some issues.
And the marching band students will need to leave to go get ready to perform. So if non-marching band kids are working in the later times, that's helpful.
Thank you. So the big thing, we are looking for a shadow for Christina and Mandy to shadow them this year as they're getting ready to graduate out. Unless you guys are going to stick around for a long time. That was a no? Okay. I tried. Yep, sign up to help. Band merchandise. We have the apparel out there. Orders need to be submitted by this Thursday, I've been told. I was saying Friday earlier. We'll say Thursday, the 18th. And then we have the signs and decals. Those orders must be submitted by the 24th.
Follow us on Facebook. The links are also out there on the Facebook page.
And hopefully you've got them 1 or 2, 3 times in emails.
And something new on the merchandise is a Valley Band's mom and a Valley Band's dad shirt.
Any questions from anybody to the board, to the directors in general? All right. Again, contact info. We got our website, valleybands.org, board emails, president at valleybands.org, vice president at valleybands.org, treasurer at valleybands.org. Or for the directors, please visit the West Des Moines website and look in their directory. That is all we have. Unless anyone has any comments, questions, anything else? Cool. Anything from the directors before we close it up?
We'll be here for a little bit, so if you do have questions, you just want to come chat with one of us, please do not hesitate to stop back and see us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming and have a good night. See everyone this year.
So did you make it?
Nice to meet you.